Good evening, fellow punters. The clock on the wall says 5:30 on Sunday evening. I'm getting this done early because the NFL playoffs are, the Bills and the Dolphins are on at 6. So I want to watch that, and I have to get a bit teeth first. It was a peculiar sort of a day. Peculiar sort of a day racing as well. We had a winner, but we didn't want the winner. If I had the choice, we wouldn't be picking that one. We'd have wanted Hador. Something must have happened to me. It's not that bad. It'd be interesting to see, did he scope dirty or what was the excuse, but never really happy after about half a mile or 3/4 of a mile today. I had a right bet on him, but I won't give up hope on Cheltenham yet, but it'd be interesting to see what happens. What was the other one? Oh yeah, the Rule 4 on the winner in Scotland, Kelso, but still getting 7-2. It's close enough to 2-1 with the Rule 4. Anyway, we'll rattle on. Tomorrow, there's a horse there that I wrote down in my little book, Surefire Winner. Whether tomorrow is the day or not, we'll know, won't we? But there's a race in it without a doubt. Verdant Place for Patrick Foley. Patrick Foley he had a winner race with Rebel Gold, and he has had a place horse lately as well. But this one is out a walk in the park. Well-bred horse. Last time, back of the pack, out the back of the television, ran on and finished third. That was off 99. It's up £3 to 102. It's only a 5-year-old. It's dropping back a furlong. The last was 2.5.5. The other, that's only a slight concern. The biggest concern is the location or the position of the handbrake tomorrow, because it's not the greatest of fields, and you'd be hoping that it opened up 3-1. It's into 9-4, so you'd be hoping that would go well tomorrow. And then at the 3:20 at Punchestown as well. I think there's an each way selection there. They're paying 5 places actually. One is paying 6, but that walk and the walk is the favourite. But I think it's better at shorter. Passengers will maybe remember the day it ran in Hereford and went odds on. That was at 3 miles 1 and finished second. Has a good run over hurdles back in Down Royal, third to Jungle Pros. But the 3 runs then since it has been over fences, and I'm not a lover of going back from fences back to hurdles on the first run, even though it might be seemingly well handicapped. Now, if it did run over hurdles, the next run after that run to Jungle Pros, I'd be all over it. But I'm still thinking that it's better. Those runs, its last 2 runs when it won and it was second, were at 2.5 and 2.5. And I thought there was a good each, especially paying 6th place at 9-1, is Mahler Appeal. This has a peculiar sort of a resume. It ran over maiden hurdles, 2.5 mile and 3 mile. And then it ran in 4 pint to pints. It got a rating of 86. It ran in Galway at the end of October. It was over 3 miles, second to Royal Rhythm. There was money for it that day, first time out over in a handicap. And then the last day, it went out in front in Fairy House on New Year's Day. And it's only collared close home by Sure Why Not. Fairly a reliable yoke. I think it's an 11-year-old horse. But so it's a good distance back to, I don't know what's happening there. Anyway, but I thought that'd be worth an each way bet at 9-1. I was only 13-2 with the green bookie, but that's not a big surprise. There's 2 in the 4-10 at Hereford tomorrow. Pay the Pilot, lightly raced horse for Kim Bailey. It ran second in a bumper in Ireland first and was sold then. Then it ran in Foss last March. Now, it says good to soft, but that day the ground didn't seem to. I thought it was more good. This horse, I think, needs cut in the ground, and that's probably why it was put away until this time of the year. This was over 2.5 miles.
Encouraged along out in front. Happy D'Mainil, a length and a half in behind. And then Will Go Watts is yet to be fully extended. 3 out looming large. Pay the Pilot by 3 lengths. Pay the Pilot, reach for that one, got over clear. Happy D'Mainil again just drifting out towards the right hand side, is now firmly under pressure. Will Go Watts has improved to grab second place now on the run down towards the penultimate flight of hurdles. Pay the Pilot out in front, ridden in towards 2 out. Happy D'Mainil has regained second place now. Will Go Watts back in third. Out the second from the end. Again, awkward just going into the flight of hurdles there. Happy D'Mainil. And it's Pay the Pilot is proving a bit more straightforward out in front. Racing down towards the 10th and final flight. Pay the Pilot steadies and goes over okay, nicely clear from Happy D'Mainil. Another novice jump there in second. Will Go Watts left behind in third. They're up the run in now, and it's Pay the Pilot who looks like making every step of the running here to make a winning hurdling debut. Pay the Pilot.
Now, tomorrow's his first run in a handicap. A lot of the times I don't do that, but I was looking at the rest of them, and the Cootie or Pakachuti, that one in pipes, that went off beating favourites first time out in a handicap the last day. There is a horse that I tipped up before, Be Brave and Glory, was back to hurdles. And I thought it won well enough the first chase, but it didn't improve second. That was I tipped it up for the 10th of November at a bigger price and went off 13-8 favourite. It's the course and distance winner, back to hurdles. But I thought this horse, after being second in the bumper in Ireland, raced 110, you would hope that it would be better than that. There's an interesting race in Wolverhampton tomorrow evening. Baron, or that one is stepping up to 2 mile. Now, it won with a rattle the last day, but Imperium, I thought that finished. It ran well in the big race that on the flat over 2 miles, and this is a solid 2 mile horse race, or 2 mile in Kempton there, in the London qualifier. Pontelia's Rainbow Dreamer. I thought that I seen 5-1 there. The other one isn't proven at the distance. It has good turn of foot, all right. But anyway, newcomers on the bus: James McCann, Ellie Hughes, Tiernan Murray. I hadn't seen him in a while, but he was on lately. Cider Sorbet. The 2 bucks out in Lanzarote: Jimmy James and Desi. They're from Drogheda. They were looking for a carer the other day, so I sent them a vet. It might be better for them. Joshua Green, Nathan Chambers are newcomers on the bus, and Ted Daly, I met him in Stephen's Day in Leopardstown. And also another fella I met lately on the road one day. I'll call him Detective Morris. He'll know what I mean. You're all very welcome. There's a race tonight in Santa Anita for people that follows the American racing, and I thought there was a good angle on it. Bob Baffert has 2 horses in the race. He has Ganadora, Johnny V is on it, and he has Under the Stairs with the man that I thought would have the choice. And if we look at Under the Stairs, who's second favourite at 9-4, Ganador is the favourite. And this was second to CC, and CC would have won the Breeders' Cup in October 21. But the last day, watch this, it's very last in the pack. Talk about an on-trier. It's the very last horse. But Flavian Pratt rode it. Be at the very back of the field.
Back to third. Awake at Midnight. Purple Cap moves up next. Midnight Memories guided to the far outside. Kirsten Bosch trying to mount a bit of a bid there at the top of the stretch. And Fun to Dream is the leader. Awake at Midnight chasing with determination into second, followed by Ain't Easy in third. It's Fun to Dream digging in under Juan Hernandez. Awake at Midnight trying so hard. Fun to Dream. Awake at Midnight. Fun to Dream.
Now, Ganadora was fifth in that. But when they met previously, and Hernandez was riding under the stars. When they had trouble in the camp with Baffert, that Sean McCarthy. But Hernandez rode him this evening, and Ganadora is behind.
In the quarter pole, Under the Stars, the new leader, tackled by Lady T. Ganadora back to third. Desert Dawn angles out for the drive, top of the stretch, and Lady T squares off with Under the Stars, but Under the Stars has another gear and sprints away a length and a half. Lady T is trying hard in second, but Under the Stars is full of run with a 16th of a mile to go. And it's Under the Stars to win the Summertime Oaks decisively.
That was a grade 2, and Hernandez was on it. And Hernandez is on it again tonight, and he's not on Ganadora. And Ganadora is favourite with the bookies. 11-8, 9-4. I had a bit of 9-4 there a while ago. Might be worth a pint win. Anyway, it's 5:45. The Bills will be getting at it shortly. Some people like the Bills for the AFC. Frisco, the 49ers, the one last night. I was to tell you yesterday what happened to me in Fairy House. People that know me going to the races, I do carry a bit of a reserve at times, and it's English currency. I have some old since Listowel last year, and I have some old since Fairy House. But I brought a few hundred with me yesterday, and I didn't bring I didn't bother going in through Longford to get any money out of the hole in the wall. So I went up and I was having 40 quid on Cade Boy at 11-4, and he said, I can't take that money. And I said, the bookie not taking money. What's up? I thought he was taking the piss. He says, I can only take plastic. So I thought he meant the debit card, the debit card. He said, no, only the plastic currency. I wasn't aware that the English money is gone out of date. So he said, go up to the northern bookies. They might take it off you. But I went up and I asked them, and they said, no, they can't take it. And I said, who can take it? He says, well, nobody can take it anymore. So does the banks take it or what? I don't know, but I have money now, and I thought they were taking the piss, yes, but they weren't. So, did that happen to anybody else, or is there any way of getting rid of it? Is there any bookies at the race that take it, the northern money or the English money? I don't want to be struck with it. Anyway, bash the bookies. Over and out.